Hi, my name is Mckenzie Prillaman, and I'm a master's student in the UC Santa Cruz Science Communication program. I have a bachelor's degree in neuroscience from the University of Virginia, and I conducted research as a post-baccalaureate fellow at the National Institutes of Health. After discovering science communication during my time at the NIH, I jumped into the field full-time at the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Now, I'm gaining formal education in science communication so I can become a staff reporter at a national science news outlet. Science communication means translating technical, scientific information into understandable messages and stories for lay audiences. People need to know how science impacts their lives, especially with today's hot topics like COVID-19 and climate change. Sharing science can also simply spark joy. Everyone's curious about how the world works, and the heart of science lies in trying to understand our weird and wonderful universe. Science communication comes in many forms. People share science through newspaper and magazine articles, books, podcasts, documentaries, TV shows, press releases, and more. Through the UCSC SciComm program, I've been diving into many of these formats. During the fall quarter, I learned how to write short, front-of-the-book style stories on single studies, and 2 of my pieces were published on MangaBay and EOS's websites. I also learned how to write stories for newspapers. One shorter story I wrote for class appeared in the Santa Cruz Sentinel, and I also wrote an integrative feature for the Mercury News. At that time, I also interned with the Stanford News Service, where I wrote about events, classes, and research happening at the university. In the winter quarter, I wrote a long magazine-style feature that will appear in UCSC Science Notes later this year. I also learned how to use data visualization tools and filmed interview-style and explainer-style videos, the former of which will be featured on the UCSC Division of Physical and Biological Sciences website. I also interned at the Monterey Herald, where I wrote 1 science-focused newspaper story per week, and most of them made the front page. Finally, this quarter, I'm learning about investigative journalism, podcasting, and a group approach to creating a journalism package encompassing a variety of mediums. I'm also interning at K-Squid Community Radio to expand my skill set in audio storytelling. Although I began my career trajectory wanting to study neuroscience, I now realize my calling was not to understand the human mind by researching the brain. Instead, it's to understand people's minds by interviewing and writing about them. As a writer, I can climb into people's minds, piece together their mental processes and experiences, and package them in a way that enthralls an audience. It's a career where I never have to let go of my curiosity and love of learning. And as a writer who specializes in science, I can continue my quest to understand how the world works through astronomy, geology, biology, and more, and bring others along for the ride. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and thank you to the ARCS Foundation for helping fund my educational journey.